bit of around 16.20 on the downside is what I'm looking at.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Well, let's shift focus to the commodity markets now. Manisha Gupta is joining in. Manisha, what's the one commodity you're tracking today?
Sonia, it's very rare that you start a year by saying that this is what has happened in the first week of the year. I mean, usually the markets are still down and about, volumes are low, people are still not participating, but so much has happened in the first week of January already in 2023. Take a look at the crude oil prices, and the first week itself will show you on the kind of move that we already have seen. So the crude oil prices overnight fell by 5%. In last two sessions, we've seen 10% of a decline, and for the week as well, we are trading in the negative already there. This is what we've done in 2023 so far. We haven't even gone through the first week yet, but 8% of a decline in Brent crude. Natural gas is 12% down. The Europe gas price is down by 20%. There is absolutely no winter there, and the heating oil prices have declined by 8% as well. And whatever requirement that there is for gas is actually getting completed by wind power in sense of electricity generation, and that is the reason you have complete decline in prices there. There is weak global demand outlook that continues to weigh onto the markets. The Chinese rising COVID cases, the death toll that has been rising also weighs on. And then China has raised the export quota for refined oil. That is because the domestic demand is expected to be on the weaker side for the first quarter of this year. The markets also are looking at the U.S. crude inventory surging by 3.3 million. The last 2 weeks saw a decline. This week, the expectation is that we are looking at a build-up. And then the OPEC December crude production also has increased vis-a-vis the month of November by nearly 150,000 barrels there. Markets also are looking at the fact that the Saudi Arabia has cut the Feb prices for Asia by nearly to a record, really, lowest in the 10 months. And then we also have the manufacturing numbers for China and US coming on the weaker side. And now the markets will watch out for what Russia and OPEC allies will do going forward. So everywhere that you look, we are looking at weaker demand, concerns about slowdown, and that is what is weighing onto the markets there. Same is the case with the gas prices, where we are looking at very sharp cuts coming in. In last 5 trading sessions, we've seen 25% of a decline. Today in the Asian markets, we saw 5% of a jump up coming in as well. That is because the markets were oversold. We had seen 25% of decline already. So we are trading at just about $4 right now. December was $7, and we saw $10 of a multi-year high in the month of August. So it has been a constant decline, as you can see, in sense of prices. And that is because we're looking at mild winter in January in US and Europe. We're also looking at Europe gas prices lowest since October 2021. So not just pre-invasion levels, but we are looking at multi-year lows now right now in sense of gas prices. So much so that we're down 52% now since mid-December in sense of Europe gas prices there. Increased power generation, as I said, from wind really seems to be the case here. And then there is absolutely lower demand. And, you know, usually in Europe and in Germany, by December and January, 70% of their capacity are filled with gas. This time around, they actually hogged it all in anticipation that Russia perhaps could stop exports. So they are holding around 80 to 90% of capacity in sense of gas. And the demand clearly is on the weaker side. With prices as well declining, the markets do believe that there is some more downside coming in here. Most banks and brokerages feel that for the month of January, you could be looking at lower lows, and 3.5 perhaps is a possibility here. Also watch out for the US non-farm payroll data on Friday. That is the next big cue coming in.
Okay. Well, the bulls may be sad about it, but here there are only oil bears. We welcome them from a national standpoint.